How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about Dark Souls once again. We're talking about something that I think a lot of people have different opinions on, and that is gankers and ganking in general. Is it ruining the PvP at this point? Because, the game's been out for almost 3 years. There's not much life left in it. You could say whatever you want about Steam charts and how many people are playing the game at a time. The fact is, there is just still a limited amount of people that are playing at any given time. The PS4 probably still has more people than on PC, and on PC, I believe it averages like 12,000 people. Whenever I invade at around soul level 140, which, I can get people from 120 to 160 or something like that, 150, it's really, really limited. If I get on at some time like at, let's just say 8 p.m., not late at all, I'll get the same 4 people for 2 hours. Maybe every once in a while I'll get different people, but the point is there is still a limited amount of people, and a lot of the people that do remain, especially in the more popular areas, Pontiff, Ring City, are primarily gankers, people that are there to try to specifically kill invaders in their group, most of the time with overleveled phantoms. That's a lot of what you see nowadays. Especially at Pontiff. Pontiff is pretty much 100% gankers at this point, past anything like soul level 60. Sometimes under that, you'll get the occasional person going through the game by themselves, but it'll be like just one guy who's already getting destroyed by the giants and the old man and Jon Snow that is down there at Pontiff, and then you just go up and like one-shot him. Now, first of all, obviously there are different type of, ganks. There's co-ops, people going through the game in different areas, but being that I don't really like playing at those lower soul levels, and people always tell me, play at soul level 40, you'll get everybody at soul level 40. Anything under like soul level 80 or 70 is pretty boring for me, and even something like 70, 80, 90 can be a little bit boring because most of the things that are going to be good, to kill a bunch of people, let's just say 2 or 3 people going through the game or ganking on purpose, are very limited. There are a very limited number of builds, and even worse when you get lower than that. When you're at like soul level 10, there's like 2 builds that you can do, right? You can do a dark hand build, or you could use something like a poison build. And whenever you run into a gank that has most of the time overleveled phantoms at very, very lower soul levels, they're also using dark hands, so you're in a worse situation because now you have less HP than the host, who's already going to have like 600-700 HP. So most of the time you get like 3 hit, 4 hit by 2 or 3 people who are all using the same weapon. So you die in a second. It's the exact same as 140. When you get to around soul level 50, I would say it is more active in a couple different areas. Not every area, of course, because again, there is just a limited amount of people actually going through the game. And the only fun builds that I really, like using whenever you run into big squads down at like soul level 60 is something like the Dragon Slayer axe with some type of lightning buff. Because it is so good at those mid soul levels, the raw Dragon Slayer axe could deal with people very quickly. And that's mainly why I don't like playing at, lower mid soul level, because if I run into 3 people, they have, all the heals. It's gonna take me with a regular build that's not the Dragon Slayer axe, let's just say 12 hits to kill each person, and that's 1 full health bar. They're still healing every single time. Let's just say if you didn't go all the way through the game to get all the Estus shards, 5 Estus? Well, they have, maybe in total 15, 20. So it can be sometimes even more BS, but obviously the trade-off is the people you get at mid soul level are usually way shittier than anything you see at soul level 60, so it is easier to get, clips and kill full ganks. And I do say sometimes, because sometimes you get people who are ganking there on purpose. But I guess the main question of this video, are gankers ruining Dark Souls 3? Everybody has their own different opinion, I would guess. I do think that there is something ruining Dark Souls 3, but it is not the gankers. At this point in time, if Dark Souls 3 didn't have gankers, I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't play it. Because when I invade, sure, it's fun to play against one person sometimes, but if I really wanted to duel, I would, go into the arena. where we have even health, hell, even a fight club. I'm not really invading to just destroy one guy by himself, especially if it's like one guy going through the game who's shitty at the game or is new to the game. That is really boring, and that is just not fun to watch. That is not fun to play. I think gankers and people going through the game in groups are very different. Like I said, you'll immediately be able to tell the difference between people going through the game and gankers, because gankers have cleared out the entire area and are standing in the middle of an arena taunting you to come join them. There's 3 of them. 2 of the phantoms have the little blue bar above their head saying that they're over leveled, and the main guy's a Havel monster. That's a gank. When you see somebody going through the game, you know it's somebody at early Ringed City, because that's pretty much the only place that I get people actually going through the game at this point. It's 3 people. The main guy has knight armor and is using the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword, and his friends are using dark swords, and they run away from you. You can immediately tell the difference between those 2 groups. Like I was saying, in my opinion, I don't think that gankers are really the issue anymore. I like the challenge of ganks at this point. You know, at 140 at Pontiff, which is mainly where I like to invade because that's where I get the most people. Hell, I'll go to Ringed City sometimes, be invading for 30 minutes, get nothing, pop on the Elder Sign, get an immediate invasion to Pontiff, and then the most fucked up part is when I go to Pontiff, because I'm like, oh, there's still invasions here, and then I, don't get any more invasions. But now, gankers are like that last PvP challenge. There's not really anything that I can think of in Dark Souls 3, unless, you're playing like Soul Level 1, fucking Broken Straight Sword. Then like 4 gankers at Ringed City, 3 of them being over leveled, all with Lothric Knight Straight Swords. Because unless you get great teammates who aren't gonna die instantly, and you yourself are using a strong or overpowered weapon, you're not gonna kill them. Hell, a couple days ago I ran into a gank squad, and they had one over-leveled guy, probably like soul level 800. He had a straight sword that legit did 400-500 damage per hit for a straight sword. There's no way to challenge that, especially when there's 3 of them chasing you. You know what I mean? It's really, really tough sometimes. Now, are gankers great all the time? Fuck no. They can be some of the most annoying BS things in Dark Souls. I don't really get annoyed getting killed by a gank, but then this is what I think is ruining Dark Souls, right? So you get a gank, right? Whatever. Normal. You die. Obviously, there's fucking 3 of them. Most of the time you get dumb invaders who run in there against all 3 of them or hit you by accident multiple times. You die. Alright. Cool. Move on to the next invasion. Except there's 4 people playing Dark Souls 3 PvP at your soul level at that specific time, which is 5 PM in the afternoon, prime time for any other game. But everybody playing Dark Souls has gone to sleep because there are more people, and you continuously get the same gank squad over and over and over. And then the worst part, oh yeah, 3 of them, including the host, so basically all of them, are lagging like crazy and skipping around all over the place and are using Healy shoes to glide through the ice like it's fucking Dark Souls on ice and Circus Soleil. At this point, I think that is what is ruining Dark Souls. The lag and just the lack of people. I don't mind gankers at all. Like I said, I think gankers are a fun challenge. If it was just solo people that I was invading all the time, it would be incredibly boring and I would probably have stopped playing it a long time ago. But the problem comes when the servers of Dark Souls are so shitty that 90% of the people you run into are incredibly laggy. And people have said, well, maybe you're the laggy one, Prod. I promise you, I'm not the laggy one. I hate saying it, but I've said it before, man. I have like 300 download, 10 ms ping, 30 upload. I'm definitely not the one lagging. It's a mixture of them being incredibly laggy and also them being from Europe, Japan, Brazil. It's so rare nowadays, I feel, that I actually get matched up with people from the US. It happens sometimes, and hell, even they can still be fucking laggy because they pay $12 or are at McDonald's in one of the bathroom stalls using up the Wi-Fi. I definitely think that is the biggest problem with Dark Souls PvP nowadays. It is just the straight up horrible connection. I don't know if it's something with the servers for Dark Souls, but especially recently in like the past month, it's been horrible. Where not necessarily people will make me just get off the game and go on something else like Dead by Daylight. It'll be the connection mixed with the people, mixed with the lack of people, because I'm getting the same gankers over and over, and I know how that ends because they're gliding all over the floor and they have 2 incredibly overleveled phantoms that do insane damage, and I'm getting one teammate every freaking 5 minutes. That's most of what I see nowadays on Dark Souls. So no, I don't really think that gankers are ruining Dark Souls 3. I think just Dark Souls 3 is eating itself, you know? The servers are melting over at the Pizza Hut that they're stored in. Miyazaki left 3 years ago. He locked the door. Nobody's been able to find the key to get into the server room since to fix them. And I've talked to other guys too, man. I talked to Fighter, you know. He feels the exact same way, where the main problem with the game is the connection being so horrible. He plays a lot on PC. I don't really play on PC much, but even him on PC says that the connection has been terrible. And I really don't know what it is, and obviously they're not gonna fix it. That's not something you fixed, you know. That's something you just have, and it's like, all right, everybody deal with it. But it's weird because the connection has been so bad on every game. I feel like they've been using the same servers on every single Dark Souls game. That's the only reason that nowadays when I look at Sekiro, I'm like, you know, maybe not having online is a good idea. Take a break from it. Do something new. Get new servers. Do something different for the next Dark Souls, for the next Bloodborne, for the next Souls-like. That is really my hope, that the next one has decent connection. Because if it's still the same way it is now, it'll be terrible. Now, why do I keep going back to Dark Souls? There are a couple reasons, of course. You know, it is the most popular game on my channel, and it also offers something unique that I feel like I can't get in any other game. What other game has invasions? Apart from like Destiny 1 game mode where you can invade their world. You know what I mean? Not many games have invasion. I think they're really unique to Dark Souls, and it's something I can't really get anywhere else. Doom is coming out. Is it going to be the same as Dark Souls? Obviously not. But hopefully it'll be fun. And there won't be any gankers. It'll be a one-man gank. Now this is one I definitely want to hear your guys' opinion on. You know, do you guys think Dark Souls 3 is being ruined by gankers? Do you mind the gankers at this point? You know, like I said, it's, in my opinion, one of the funnest things to do in Dark Souls 3. Just get rid of an entire gank. There's nothing really like destroying a 3-man gank. Either way, guys, that is going to be it for the commentary today. Just a regular old commentary. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I would be down to do more, you know, just need more topics to talk on. Let me know what you guys are interested in. I'll check them out in the comment section down below. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, a like is very much appreciated. Thank you very much for making it this far. Hope you guys have a good day or night, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace, everybody.